to the video. So today I'm going to take you through a full day of eating on a refeed day. So I don't think I've done this video since my food got increased to 600 gram of carbs. So there's not loads that's changed, it's just a little bit extra food. But I'll take you through every meal, I will show you the time, I'll show you the exact calories, the exact macros of every single meal for a Saturday refeed training day. So I have a refeed on a Friday and a Saturday. Today is the Saturday one. They are slightly different. I load a little bit more carbohydrates after the session on a Saturday and a little bit more before on a Friday, so that I can have more carbohydrate to lead into the Friday-Saturday session, and then more carbohydrates to sort of after them to lead into the rest of the week sessions. So sort of as I dig Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I've got that extra food from the Saturday. I try and think from, you know, the higher carb post-workout on a Saturday, which is a lot of carbs, to carry over to those next few days and keep me full and try and keep training performance as optimal as possible. So like I said, I'll show you every meal. So I'll show you meal one, which I've already had now. One thing that I wanted to note was the electrolyte balance. So you'll see that I'm pouring salt, pink salt and low salt onto a plate. The reason I'm doing it on a small plate is because when you do it on a large plate, the large plates that I have, they don't sit on the scales right, so it doesn't actually log it properly. So I do it on a small plate. I have 2 grams of the pink salt and 1 gram of the low salt. That's just to manage my electrolyte balance well between sodium and potassium, just to aid cellular hydration, to help with pumps in the gym, to help with mind-to-muscle connection performance in the gym, and just to keep me hydrated, and again also help with fullness as well, muscle fullness. So I will do that 2-to-1 ratio on meal 1, my pre-workout, which today is going to be meal 2, it is on a Saturday, and also my intra-workout. So it ends up being 3 meals where I'll have that. So don't be afraid of having, you know, a decent amount of salt on food, especially if you're at a decent level of training where you know you sweat a lot and you exert a hell of a lot of energy in your sessions. It's not a bad idea to have a good amount of salt in your diet, especially through like the pink salt and the low salt, not just through fat chips and salt from the chippy. Probably not the best idea. So yeah, that's meal 1. I will catch up with you when I'm having meal 2. Right guys, so you saw me eating meal 2 and now I have just pulled up at the gym. So meal 2 today is my pre-workout meal. So I had my cream of rice with whey and dark chocolate and salt. So again, the salt is the same on that meal as it was in meal 1. The whey is the Perform Whey cinnamon donut, and the cream of rice is literally just my basmati rice that I blend up. If you want to know how I make the cream of rice, then watch the how to make the perfect cream of rice video that I did a couple of weeks ago. So again, I'll put the macros and everything on the screen and the time that I consume that meal. And then my meal 3 is my intra. So some people don't really class it as a meal, but I class it as a meal because it's still a serving of calories, of protein, of carbs. So I class it in there as a meal. So meal 3 is the intra workout. Again, I will show you what it is on the screen. I'll show you the time that I'm going to consume it. To be fair, it's just obviously during the session, so it's hard to put the exact time that I'm going to consume it. But today I'm training at between, it'll be 12:30 and 3:30, 4, and I'll sip on it through that, generally finish it within half an hour or so before the end of the session. So in regards to why I consume cream of rice as my pre-workout meal, there are a few things that I want to focus on when it comes to food. So it's not just general health, you know. When it comes to bodybuilding, the sole goal really is performance, and then therefore our food, first of all, needs to digest well. So we need to focus on the digestibility of food, but also the volume of that food, which they correlate as well. So if you're in off season, you want to focus on having quite low volume of food but high calories, so you can get a decent amount of calories in to continue to grow without having to have a huge amount of volume of that food. Whereas vice versa, when you're trying to diet, it's a good idea to be the other way around, so have a high volume of food with a lower amount of calories. With cream of rice, you can sort of volumize it to the amount that you want with more or less water. So I try, and at the minute it's a lot higher volume than it was in the off season, just to having more water in it. But yeah, a lot of people worry too much about the specific food they're consuming, and, you know, is this healthy? Is this a good food? when it comes to training and trying to build muscle and perform, we need to focus on literally the foods that just make us perform best, not what's the most healthiest or the best food. If it was a case of just trying to be healthy, you know, I'd eat majority plant-based diet, and then I'd have, you know, a lot of sort of high fat fish, you know, a lot of omega-3s, a lot of essential fatty acids in my diet, things like that. But generally I need a good amount of carbs in to fuel my training and my recovery from training, to keep me full of glycogen, and I need to have my protein as high as I can possibly take it, really, to again to help with training and recovery from that. So don't over focus on the sort of goodness in your food, and focus on how it makes you perform and how it makes you feel in terms of how it digests well with you. Take your time working out what foods do and don't digest well, and looking at alternatives to those if they're not digesting so well. But okay, I'm gonna go and train legs now. I've got the session planned out. I'm not going to do a walkthrough. I'm just going to film through a few of the exercises, because this video is primarily focused on my food, a full day of eating. But I will show you the session, and then I will catch up with you on the next meal.
Here we go. Yes.
Still can't be arsed, mate.
Come on then, man. Yes, easy. Come on then. 8 reps. 8 fucking reps.
He got some speed or something.
Yeah, good. Come on. Come on then, mate. Here we go. Come on. Halfway to what we want. Yes. Yes, easy. Come on then. Here we go. Here we fucking go. Come on. Come on. Hurry it up. Yes. Come on. 3 more. Come on. 3 fucking reps. Bare minimum. Come on. Here we go. Let's go. Come on then, mate. Let's see it. Come on. Let's fucking see what you've got. Come on. You could see that. Come on, big air. Fucking attack this, mate. 2 more reps. Here we fucking go. Come on. Yes. Yes. Good. 1 more. 1 fucking rep, mate. Come on then. 1 fucking set. 1 more rep. So fucking bottom. Come on then. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Yes. 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 Have we got more? Have we got more? Come on. See what you fucking got now, mate. What are you made of? Come on. Here we go. Come on. Here we fucking go. This is short, mate. This is short. Yes. Good. 1 more. 10. Come on then. Don't fucking stop at 9. Do not fucking stop at 9. Come on then. Here we fucking go. Come on then, mate. Yes. 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 Power. Power. Get it off. Yes. Come on. Big second. Come on. Right. Easy. Yeah. Go on. Plenty reps here. Plenty reps. Let's go. Right. Yeah. Come on. Great, let's go. Easy, go flying, come on. Come on, absolutely flying. Again. Come on. Come on, 10 sets, double figure set. Right. Come on, big end. Great time. Yeah. Again, come on, there's more. Let's go, come on, everything you've got. Press. Hey, yeah! Yes! Come on! There I'm hoping so. Want a good one? Come on, lift the 10. Let's go! Yeah! Yes! Come on, again. Come on, man. Another one on the go. Don't make him help. Let's go. Come on! Press! Press! All the way! Come on! More!
Twist when I'm kissing on it. You can get my baby so you're pushing on it.
Yeah, good.
She's sitting on it. She got me hitting on it.
Come on then.
Twist when I'm kissing on it. You can never get my baby so you're wishing on it.
Yeah.
She got fishing
Come on
on
then.
it.
Let's fucking see it.
Come on, they'll give me body. I love it when they think so.
Fucking time to slow down. Come on, power it up. Yes. Good. Good. Come on then. Drive it up. Yes. Good. Halfway. Come on then. Yes. Good Finn. Come on then. Get that up. Yes. Okay. Reset. Yes. Come on then.
Even when we're wrong, said oh my can't correct me.
Come on. Erin, how bad do you fucking want this rep? How bad do you fucking want it? Come on then. Yes, good. Yes, that's fucking amazing. Come on then. That's fucking amazing rep. Keep it going. Two more. Keep fucking more. Here we go. Every rep like that. Every fucking rep like that. Come on then. Good eccentric. Power it up. Yes. Yes. One more. At least one fucking more. Come on then. Show me what you fucking got now. Show me what you got. Come on. Here we go. Come on. Yes. Power on. Yes. Come on. Go again. Reset. Fucking set. Dig out. Yourself against that fucking pack. Get yourself under it. Come on then. Come on then. Fucking work on it now, mate. Here we go. Get angry with it. Yes, you go. Yes, that's huge. Good. One more. Boom. Don't fucking stop it now. Here we go. If you fucking got it. Come on then. Here we go. Here we go. Yes. Yes. Okay then. Come on then. Not fucking slow it down. One set on this. Come on. One more rep. Give me eccentric. Give me as much as you can. Come on then. Here we go. Power it up. Yes. Fucking miss.
I can see now why people come on.
Easy, good stuff. Erin, great go. Come on, ready there. Right.
There you go.
Drive. Yeah, good. Yes, come on, quiet. Drive. Good. Again, come on, still moving well. Let's go. Yeah. Come on. Yes, come on. Come on, these two on your own. Stay tight now. Got a one, mate. Power flat bottom. Drive. Yes. Come on, man. You don't need me. Come on, again. Quiet. Let's go. Everything you've got. Drive. Stay with it. Come on. One more to go. Do not make it help now. Come on. Big air, big break. Reset. Compose and go. Yes. Come on then. Yes. More. Again, that's it. Not touched. Hey, come on then. Here we go. Everything we've got. Yes. Drive. Get it up. Yes. Good. One more. Come on. Take your time now. Compose, mate. Big rep this. Everything you've got. Let's finish it off. Come on. Quality one. Big one. Yep. More. Good, mate.
So it was a very successful leg session wrapped up. I've actually got a rush to go and get my hair cut now, and then I'll catch up with you with the next meal. Yeah, the pendulum leg press here, mate, really, it seems to suit you, because obviously with you having such long legs, it suits you really well and you can get some good depth on it. All I'd say is just make sure that you're standardising, especially towards the end of the set, standardising how many breaths you're having between reps. Don't take the piss and be too long between each rep. You know, just get as many as you can with a good rhythm, and then if you're struggling towards those last few, 2-3 big deep breaths, then go. Don't be there for too long and sort of get too much of a rest in between each rep. So I've had my post-workout now, which I'll show you on the screen. I'll show you the macros and everything. It's a lot of food. It's like 300 odd grams of carbs. So after that, I'm a bit like just need to sit for a while. But I just sat and edited this video up. Which is quite a good one. And now we're walking to Shannon's sisters to just have a bit of a chilled evening, so I will catch up with you on the last meal of the day. Right guys, I'm just going to end the video here. So this is the final meal. I'll put the calories and the macros up on the screen again. But it's just an insight into my refeed day on a Saturday. 600 gram of carbs, like I said at the beginning. So I do have clients who often moan about trying to get carbs in, and today's a good example of how to get them in pretty easily. I know obviously it's harder the more food you're on, but even when I was on like 850 gram of carbs, yes, it was, you know, I was full a lot of the time, but I wasn't really struggling to get the carbs in just because of the food choices. So like I spoke about earlier, you need to focus on food volume and how the food digests with you. But I'll leave it there. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please like it, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one.